All right. Welcome everyone to Thursday's live stream. So if you guys are wondering why I started out a little bit later, excuse me, than usual, is that I was waiting for more people to come in because I've noticed that people tend to join a little later during my live stream. So maybe around the midpoint of my lives is when people start to join. So I decided to move a little bit late into the actual start time of the live stream. So remember guys, the live streams are held every single Tuesdays and Thursdays of each trading week. And they start at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, depending on where you guys live, obviously. All right. So hopefully you guys can all hear me. All right, so as the notifications are going out to my subscribers on YouTube and for all the people in the private CFO Discord, for now we'll just chill out here and wait for another minute or two for the notifications to reach people, I guess. All right, so while we're waiting, I'm just gonna go over something really quick. So yesterday, I told my CFO members to get into SQQQ calls, and I sniped it. I literally sniped it, and hopefully my members did too, because I typed out the trade once I got filled in and sent it to the Discord channel. But we literally sniped the bottom of yesterday, like almost to a penny. And so, well, personally for me. And so, this was able to reach up higher and higher and higher, and we got the 17 strike call contracts that expire next week. All right, so next Friday. And today we're up a lot. And unfortunately for me, I got out only for 70%, or quote unquote 70%, as I exited around 17.25. And as you guys can clearly see, we went straight towards that $18 whole number level, and also retested that daily 10 SMA, okay, this red line here. And so SQQQ, absolutely amazing trade if I had held, but I can't complain about 70% on a nice swing like this. And so I highly advise you all to continue to look at SQQQ, especially if the market decides to top out for the rest of July. As you guys can clearly see in the description box below, excuse me guys. And I clearly state that I told my members to potentially prepare for a large move to the downside, or at least a nice pullback in this bull market that we're currently in by the end of July, so this month. Okay, so take a look at the description box below, and you guys will see that I have kind of explained shortly on what we'll be doing tonight for the live stream. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, Joel? Seems like more people are coming in now. More people are getting the notifications too. So let's begin. So as you guys can clearly see, Excuse me, guys. Let me drink some water. So guys, let me be right back. Let me be right back, guys. Be back in like less than a minute. All right, back. I'm back. Less than a minute, as I promised. Okay, so as you guys can clearly tell by the title of this live, and for the people who are watching the recording here, okay, we're gonna talk about what can happen tomorrow, which is a Friday. And so far, historically, in a bull market, Fridays have been relatively positive. It's been green, but okay, now this is where things can become a little bit, I guess, wishy-washy, okay? And we don't know for sure exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, like with any other trading day. But with the fact that we have the information of Friday usually being a green day, okay, we can potentially see some good buying coming in overnight. And especially after a day like today, for example, like SPY, right? We've ended up with almost a percentage to the downside, right? Negative 0.66%. And we clearly have a doji from yesterday after hitting this 456.50 level that I've had for, well, a long time, because this level comes all the way back to late 2021 and into early 2022. And so with this level here, okay, for the fact that we have rejected it, created this evening star-like doji, and the fact that today we pushed lower, possibly confirms that we can be heading lower, okay? Now, here's something interesting, okay? So, again, since we are now potentially in a downtrend, all right, with this move to the downside today, all right, and we combine that information to the fact that tomorrow, Friday, which tends to be a very green day historically, there's a good chance that we can see some very, very big buying coming in on Friday, tomorrow, which means, well, we can end up with a nice green day, a nice, great, bullish performance day. However, there is that slight chance that the bulls can actually be taken out. And instead, we can see a huge run to move to the downside. Okay, because right now, everyone is just really, really optimistic. We've reached that point of euphoric optimism. And we've seen the effects of that today when we start to pull back. And so, for the fact that most bulls know that tomorrow on Friday tends to be a green day, they're going to be waiting to buy the dip after a day like today. Maybe they already did before the close. Okay? And so if we are to be on the other side, okay, let's be the bearish devil's advocate here. Okay, or devil's advocate if I am really, really bullish biased, right? But from a perspective of a bear, right, we will want to make sure that the price continues to head lower after such a chart pattern like this candlestick pattern, specifically an evening star-like chart pattern here, right? Or a candlestick pattern. You guys understand what I'm saying. And so the confirmation was obviously today when we broke below yesterday's previous low of the day, right? Which was 454.11. And so for the fact that we've been quite overextended for some time now, right? And the fact that we're still in overbought levels, or at least in the area of being overbought, especially after today's action, there's still a possibility that we can come back down and fill in some gaps that we haven't filled just yet. For example, this gap here that I've told everyone, I told you guys about this gap fill to look out for in the near-term future, which means if we do continue to pull back tomorrow on Friday, especially if we decide to pull in bulls, creating what we call a bull trap, we can see a large push to the downside in the overall markets tomorrow. And if that occurs, we will retest the daily 10 SMA once more. But since we are topping out, okay, and again, I've told my private members this 2 weeks ago, or I believe it's almost 3 weeks now, that July can become a potential topping out month based on seasonality trends, right? Seasonality trends. There is a huge probability and possibility that we won't hold the daily 10 SMA and instead will break below it pretty quickly as we see more selling pressure, as we see more bears hitting that sell button to short or bulls getting taken out from the long positions on SPY or the overall market. And obviously, again, creating that bull trap. We can see the price breaking below the 10 SMA after maybe, a couple of hours bouncing on top of it and holding above it. And then we'll come all the way back down to hit this $444 level, which will be right smack in the middle of this gap up. And so by the time that we hit $444, we will have filled in this gap about, I would say 50%, based on what I'm seeing right now with my naked eyes. Okay? And so again, tomorrow there is that huge possibility that we can be seeing a bull trap. Why? Well, as a summary again, as a quick summary. Number one, all right, we have a confirmation from today's price action that we're looking at a potential evening star candlestick pattern or chart pattern. And that tends to be a reversal. Okay, a reversal candlestick pattern during an uptrend after we hit a significant level of resistance. Or we've made this evening star doji candlestick. And today's price action confirmed yesterday's candlestick formation. And then now number two, since Fridays tend to be usually bullish during a bull market, okay, after a price action like this, when we pull back, bulls are ready to buy again. They're ready to buy the dip on any pullback. And so bears will know this. And this will create what we call a bull trap. And as we form the bull trap tomorrow, who knows, maybe even overnight, we might see a nice gap up tomorrow morning and then a nice flush down for the rest of the day. And there's a lot of room to move to the downside, especially since we're still a little bit away from the daily 10 SMA. And when we have this overextension like this, we always 100% guaranteed come back down to retest this daily 10 SMA. Okay, and then now number three, we have this gap fill, right? This gap up that we've never filled in. So there's a potential for a gap fill if we do decide to pull back. And so if we don't hold the daily 10 SMA, we will go straight for this gap up and we will most likely head towards this previous level of daily resistance at this whole number of $444. 444. That is your magic number. And by the time we've reached $444, we'll be underneath the daily 10 SMA. And by that time, I would expect to see the 21 SMA coinciding with the daily resistance level at $444. Does everyone understand that? Okay, so now I even said it right here to my members on Sunday. Okay, well, on Sunday, I believe, this Sunday, I believe, yeah. And so I told them there's a gap to fill as seen by the area highlighted in the red circle. And then I explained more in the newsletter, saying that this gap fill, okay, poses an upside risk, right, for any longs. And so if you amalgamate all that information that I just gave you guys right now, okay, in a quick short summary, I believe that there is more room for SPY to move to the downside, whether or not we have a little gap up tomorrow morning. If we do, then most likely that's going to create an even further, bigger bull trap for bulls to get in tomorrow morning, trusting that we might go up higher tomorrow. And then we immediately flush out all the buyers as shorts continue to hit the sell button and also buyers continue to hit the sell button to get out of their long positions. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, hopefully that makes sense, guys. All right, give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, I see your guys' your emojis that you guys are sending in. Awesome, awesome. So a quick game plan for you guys will be, right, a break below the previous low today in terms of tomorrow, so basically today's candlestick, which is at 451.44. So as long as we break below 441.50, we can see a nice short to the downside and possibly hit around, I would say, 448.50, which is where I expect to see the daily 10 SMA hitting. All right, and once we see the daily 10 SMA right there, we can see the price coming back down to hit that daily 10 SMA. Again, 100% guaranteed that the price will hit and retest the daily 10 SMA again. All right, so if you guys don't want to have a simple, or I guess if you guys want to have a simpler price target on a potential SPY short, you don't even need to look at the levels here. Just take a look at where the price will hit the daily 10 SMA. So if it hits the daily 10 SMA, just take profits. Done. Easy. Now, if you're like me, I would just take off half at the daily 10 SMA and hold until we're able to see a retest of $444, which is the major level of resistance that we need to retest in this potential pullback to the downside and potential market top for the month of July. Right? So again, I've been telling my members this for the past 2.5 weeks, that July can become a potential market top because, well, based on seasonality trends. Right? And we're seeing this right now, right? Today's price action was really telling, right? Based on the technical analysis here that I've done for you guys, all right? And again, for the people who are just watching the recording, go back. Right, go back and listen to the explanation that I gave you guys. I gave you guys 3 different reasons why we can see a continuation of this pullback. All right, and tomorrow is Friday too. And so if we do build up that very big bull trap overnight and we have a nice gap up, we might see a flush of those gains that we had overnight. Okay. So be very, very careful tomorrow trying to long, because again, Fridays tend to be very, very bullish during a bull market. We've seen that happen multiple times, and including even Mondays. All right, Mondays tend to be nice and green too. But of course, you know, those can just be different perspectives. You know, it depends on where you're looking at in the chart too. So, you know, people might say, hey, my information is wrong, but I mean, you know, TA is at some point gets pretty subjective. So, you know, you do you. if you're wrong and I'm wrong, oh well. If you're wrong, oh well. If you're correct and I'm wrong, well, it is what it is, right? At some point, again, technical analysis becomes very, very subjective. Okay. Now, with all that in mind, okay, another kind of point of evidence that we're seeing right now is the sector rotation, and it's pretty traditional for the markets to have this type of sector rotation whenever the market decides to pull back. So right now, we're starting to see value names starting to catch up to the market. We're starting to see very, very good relative strength in some very lagging sectors like XLRE, as I mentioned before, right? This ended up in green, nice hammer candlestick, which is complete opposite of what happened with the overall markets like QQQ, right? And SPY. Okay, So, XLRE, right? XLE, right? Energy sector, very good day too. Well, obviously compared to the markets, XLU, right? Utilities, okay? XLV, healthcare, right? And XLI, right? So all of these defensive sectors, these value names, that these sectors and industries that have individual value names have seen some great, incredible strength coming into them. While the money flows out from growth and tech leaders, right? That has been leading the markets. And so all of these different sectors are now starting to see some great strength and an inflow of money, right? How can we just see this on the chart? Well, take a look at the volume, for example, on the XLI, right? Or XLV, okay? Or XLU, right? XLE, right? XLRE, okay? We're starting to see more increased volume as the sector rotation is in place now. From growth names, right, growth tech names that have been leading the market into value names. Hey, welcome guys, welcome to all the people, the newcomers right now in the live stream. Please make sure you guys watch the recording. This information that I gave you guys in the live tonight is going to be essential to what can happen tomorrow. Alright, so for the people who are just joining in now, watch the recording. This is really important. Alright, and again, if you guys miss out and don't watch the video before market open tomorrow, that's on you. But I gave you guys a fair warning. Watch the recording if you guys are just joining in now. Start from, I would say, around the 5-minute mark. Alright, around the 5-minute mark. Okay? And if you guys are enjoying the information here, click that like button down below. Let's get to 10 likes. Let's go. Joel, you said getting my puts ready. Yes, sir. Let me pin this here. Okay, so make sure you guys are seeing these different sectors. The sectors that are defensive have all ended up in the green. Right, obviously XLRE, percentage-wise wasn't green, but the candlesticks themselves are green, just based on an observational standpoint or perspective. Right, we're seeing green candlesticks across every single sector here compared to the overall markets. So, again, if the market top comes in, and we're potentially seeing a market top for the rest of the month of July. Why? Well, again, I told my private CFO members this 2.5 weeks ago. There is a potential for July to give us a market top because of our seasonality trends right in the middle of summer. All right, so again, even if we don't have seasonality trends, even if you guys aren't focused on sector rotations, money flows, outflows, inflows, seasonality trends, if you're not focusing on any of that, just take a look at the individual sectors, right, on every single name, right, and see what has been performing best so far, and see what's happening with the markets. Right, just observe the candlesticks, observe the price action, and look, and you'll see a story unfolding right in front of your eyes. Right, so it's just the fact that seasonality trends, sector rotations, money outflows and inflows, it just helps with identifying what's happening, right? Because we're able to classify what factors are going into the possible price action that we're currently seeing in the market. And so again, for all the people who are just joining in now, welcome. But again, for the people who just came in, watch the recording. I'm gonna say this over and over again. All right, start from around the 3 to 5 minute mark. Please watch the recording. It will be essential for you guys tomorrow and may help out on your entire portfolio tomorrow and what you guys might want to do tomorrow as well. Okay, so if the market top comes in July, then the private CFO members will know what to do in the next 2 months. That's a little secret I can't tell you guys in this public live stream, but I'll reserve that to my members. They should know by now. But in the next 2 months, we'll see what happens. But we have a general idea of what we need to do. And guys, smash that like button down below if you guys are enjoying this this information that I'm giving you guys. And again, just to kind of go through the sectors again that are very strong and they ended up as green candlesticks today. Okay, we have XLRE right over here. We have an entry point at 39.20 for a potential move to the upside to $40. And again, we've traded this one right here, right? And we moved and we had a swing trade all the way up to 38. And this move right here that we caught gave us over 200%. It was like 220%, I believe. Okay, in gains in just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And now I expect another run, right, as we're making higher highs and higher lows. Once we break over 39.20, okay, eventually take us to $40 and expect another 200% run or return. All right, so make sure you guys are looking at this sector here, the real estate sector. And so again, the next sector that you guys should be looking at is XLU, utilities, okay, XLV, healthcare, okay, and XLI, right, industrials, okay, this has been running already, okay, and XLE, energy. And as a bonus, okay, as a bonus, I'll put in XBI, all right, so biotechs. So I'm seeing a lot of activity in biotechs. So if we decide to go long on XBI, right, from this pullback today, there's a good chance we can come back and start breaking out, because on the weekly time frame, biotechs have been lagging pretty hard for this entire year, actually. The entire year we've been seeing biotechs lagging. Okay? All right, so that is what I have for you guys today and tonight. Make sure you guys implement this information that I gave you guys into your trading tomorrow and for the rest of the month of July. It will be helpful. Right, and again, my private members were the first one to hear about all this information 2.5 weeks ago. So if you guys want to be getting that information first, make sure you guys DM me at ChartsFocus1 on Instagram. All right, and we'll get things brewing for you. All right, so that's it for my market summary here. Let's go over some names. So send in some tickers that you guys want me to go over. All right, and while you guys are thinking about that and putting it in the live chat room, I'm gonna go get my charger. I'm running out of battery here. Okay, we have our first name here. Coin. All right. Oh. Okay, so Coin has officially squeezed back to the triple digits here. Obviously, we've been seeing these incredible short squeezes across the crypto-related stocks. So I expect Coin to just start to flag out, pull back a bit and then start flagging out or start basing out, especially after a move like this. It looks like it was trying to make a flag here, but I would say it was still overbought while this flag was being made based on the price action. Let me just check. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Right. So again, I didn't even have to check the RSI. I knew it was overbought while I was trying to make the flag. So, when we tend to start forming really nice textbook bull flags like this, but while we are overextended and overbought, they tend to fail. right? And that's the reason why we got this nice push to the downside today, obviously, with the markets too. And so I expect this bull flag to fail and possibly we break down below 100, or for the next few trading days, we might use 100 as a major level of support, okay? And the 10 SMA is catching up too. But again, I expect coin to pull back, do nothing, so be careful. Trying to long this one a little bit too early. And again, like I said earlier in the overall market kind of summary that I gave you guys, for tomorrow, you know, the fact that we're seeing sector rotation, right, money outflows and inflows from growth tech names into value names, with all the sectors that I just shown you guys as well, like industrials, utilities, energy, real estate, and etc., right, like biotech too. You know, just be careful with coin. There's a good chance that we can see 100 being lost again. All right, because again, this is just most likely a short squeeze run. All right, that's what we saw here on this candlestick, this specific one, a couple of days ago last week. And so again, this one should recalibrate back to the values of 40 to 50 on the RSI. And right now it's at 68. So it's still kind of borderline overbought. But again, this bull flag will most likely not work out because we were overbought and overextended. And so again, like a few short minutes ago, I told you guys, you know, this looks overextended and overbought, and this bull flag will most likely not going to work. And I got my confirmation by pulling up the RSI, right? And so, again, people have asked me before, how do I know something looks overbought, or how do you know that it's inherently overbought and overextended? Well, first of all, experience, right? I know just based on the price action that we're overbought, which led me to say and make the assumption that this bull flag that coin was making was most likely going to fail, and it's still going to probably fail, and we can move lower to the downside. And again, we got the confirmation by bringing up the RSI. Okay, so that's coin for you. Hey guys, for all the people who are just joining in now, again, make sure you guys watch the recording. Start from the 3 to 5 minute mark. I can't stress this enough, right? I really can't stress this enough. Watch the recording. If you guys are just joining us now, I've said some very important information that will be applicable. That's right, not just useful. The information that I gave you guys around 20 minutes ago, right? So again, watch the recording starting at the 3 to 5 minute mark. The information that I gave you all in this live and in the recording. If you guys are watching the recording right now, go back to the 3 to 5 minute mark and watch it again. The information that I gave you guys tonight will be applicable, not just useful, it'll be applicable starting from tomorrow, and you'll see why if you guys watch the recording. I'm not going to repeat myself, all the information that I just gave out. Okay, so you guys do the due diligence and watch the recording. Does that make sense, guys? All right, so I gave you guys a fair warning. All right, watch the recording before the market opens. It will be very, very important, especially if what I said in the live stream tonight comes true tomorrow and for the rest of the month of July. So please, please watch. I gave you guys very, very discreet and very useful and applicable, again, applicable information. All right, so I'm gonna take some more tickers here. Let me take a look at the live chat. Hey, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. So, give me some tickers that you guys want me to go over. While I'm waiting for you guys, there's a name that you guys should be looking at: wheat. So Russia is now, they literally, I think they're controlling the Black Sea now. So any type of grain which is, I believe, Ukraine's biggest export, and Ukraine produces a lot of wheat. I believe Russia has destroyed one of the ships that usually transport grains, right? And so that's going to drive up food prices for hundreds of millions of people around the world that use the grains that are from Ukraine, right? Ukraine's exports of grains. So take a look at wheat. This one might move up along with every other grain, I guess, plants. I don't know what the exact word is, but I know wheat will definitely start to move up, as you saw yesterday when that news came out that Russia was officially going to be hostile to any type of ship in the Black Sea, if I remember. If my location is wrong, my apologies. I just have a lot of information in my head. Just need to consolidate it and kind of summarize it in my head. So, but any tickers, guys? Any tickers? Hey, 7 likes. Thank you, guys. Again, more people are coming in. So for all the newcomers, I'm gonna continue to say this for everyone who just comes in now. Please, please, please watch the recording before market open tomorrow. Start around the 3 to 5 minute mark and please watch the recording. I've only been live for 37 minutes, right? 37 minutes. I mean, if you guys can watch a show that has an episode of more than an hour long, you guys can watch this live stream, right? I say some pretty important things for about 20 to 25 minutes. So if you guys can have an attention span, all right, of more than an hour on like a Netflix show, you guys can definitely watch 20 to 25 minutes of the recording of this live. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can do that, right? So again, for the newcomers, please watch the recording tomorrow before the market opens tomorrow, because again, the information that I gave you guys tonight is not only useful, but it's applicable for the potential price action that we can see tomorrow on Friday and into the rest of the month, and what you guys should be doing for the rest of the month. And again, I've told my private CFO members this already 2.5 weeks ago, so they're already ready, right? We're ready to go, right? We're prepared for what's to come, and we're already prepared for what's to come in the next 2 months, right? And so I'll reveal that to all the public subscribers on my YouTube channel soon enough, but most likely I will give you guys the info at the start of August on what I told my members 2.5 weeks ago. Okay, so we have a pretty good plan of what can happen, because again, we're in a bull market. We're back into my market environment. Right, this is the market environment that I do really well in, right? Bull markets. And so I'm able to track everything is in sync in my head. I'm able to track sector rotations pretty well. And right now, as I said before, we're seeing that sector rotation from growth tech names into value names. And I gave you guys different sectors too: XLU, XLI, XLRE, XLE, XBI, and XLV, and etc. Right? So I just gave you guys a whole list on what sector to be focusing on, as we're seeing this sector rotation. Okay, but again, come back to the recording. Even if you guys are here in the live stream right now, go back to the recording, right? Really, just go back. I promise you it's gonna be worth it. And watch at least 20 to 25 minutes, starting from the 3 to 5 minute time mark. Okay? And again, thank you guys so much for 7 likes. Awesome, awesome. Let's see if we can get to 10, even during if you guys are watching this recording. So if you guys are liking the information that I gave you guys tonight, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Smash it. And if you guys aren't subscribed yet to the channel, well, why aren't you? Why not? All right. And if you guys are subscribed, make sure you guys hit that notification bell too, so you guys are notified whenever I upload a video and when I am live. All right, so does anyone else have any tickers that they want me to go over? I went over coin, thanks to Do Nothing. Again, thank you, and you're welcome. But if you guys don't have any tickers that you guys want me to go over, then we might just finish the live tonight pretty early. We're hitting the 40-minute mark. All right, so I guess no tickers. Maybe people are burnt out for the rest of the week. I mean, if you guys don't want to trade tomorrow, that's completely fine too. But well, I guess that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Whoa, I have some stuff stuck in my throat. I drink my handy dandy water here. So again, thank you guys so much for even joining. Smashing that like button down below as well. And yeah, hopefully you guys can use this very useful information tomorrow. Again, it's very applicable. So go back to the recording and watch for at least 20 to 25 minutes, starting from the 3 to 5 time minute mark. Okay, so good luck tomorrow, and I'll see you guys all next week with the usual live stream schedule from Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining, commenting, and liking and subscribing. I'll see you guys all next week. Good luck.